too small. You know some of the most popular voice in the Caribbean right now. How do you expect me to talk? I want to ask the Prime Minister if he's bordering on the lines of dictatorship. He needs to answer if he's bordering on the lines of dictatorship. And I'm a journalist, you know. I am a radio host on News Talk. So I have all rights to be asking these questions. So you can't come for me, Prime Minister, because I am protected. I am protected because I am asking the questions that journalists must ask. 105 people. Let us see if we can. Let me just lock my eye again. 150. Oh, 112. Come again. Oh, 111 people. No, they're not going good. Calling a family them in a New York, in a British, Germany. Tell them that I'm on. The partner draw celebrity. This partner draw celebrities on. The partner draw celebrities on Jamaica. Oh my Lord, my God. It would be lovely to see a vehicle park up at my house tomorrow. Karen Spencer, I never knew you'd be watching me. Marcia Forbes, how are you, my mother? You're very good. A philanthropist. And phase 3 hasn't gotten a lot of work since COVID, right? And Marcia, how have you kept your staff during this pandemic? Because for me, I have to go lock down my restaurant because I got notice from Digicel. And it's in correlation, it seems, to the questions I've been asking. And Digicel don't know that my voice is growing. Digicel don't recognize that I am like the authority on what is good and what is bad in this country. So tie out to Jamaica. I need a big bus to feed the frontline workers. Or a big truck. I want to feed the homeless people, guys. Over 200 homeless people were fed today. And go down on my live where you see Premier Kitchen feeding the homeless. You know what the homeless people say? You should have been Prime Minister. You should have been Prime Minister. You, Andre Stevens, should have been Prime Minister. Not this wicked man. Because you feed the homeless. And next week, guys, I never have no juice or no water this weekend. I want to give them some natural juice. I not give them no soda. Now give them no soda. Premier Kitchen want to cook for them. I want to give them some curry goat next week and some brown stew fish and some bean stew. And I want to give the frontline workers some fish and lobster pasta. No, some chicken pasta, some shrimp pasta. I want to do a vegetarian pasta for them. And Wednesday I want to do a big soup pot. I want to do the pandikana soup. So anything when the can come get the pot. Some chicken foot, some cow skin, some corn, some sweet potato, some pumpkin. Yeah, man. But a lot of people now are asking if the Prime Minister is bordering this sign of dictatorship. And I soon address those people who are cussing me. But should I address them? Or should I leave them to the perilous times that the Maroons is about to invoke? So, I can say pretty much. Chief Curry is going to officially declare a war on the government from my visions. The Maroons going to want to come to. By Tuesday, Wednesday, they should all be in Kingston. The Maroons will all be walking hands to hands, blocking roads, creating traffic. If you can't work from home this week, work from home because it's not going to be nice. Prime Minister, I'm the only one who can save you from the Maroons. Prime Minister, let me go and negotiate on the terms that the Maroons want. Babsy Grange warned the Prime Minister that he is treading on serious waters. Prime Minister, let me go be the ambassador to hear what the Maroons are saying. They won't kill me, but if you go down there, they're going to attack you. And they will attack me first, because if I come in the name of the Prime Minister, they're going to attack me. Because the hatred that they have for you is not funny. The hatred that they have for Horace Chang and the police that came on them is not funny. And then what you have done is add water, not water, you have added fire. You have added fire, Prime Minister, to something that needed to out. Babs did try to start out it, and you go put what fire? Figure say, there's no other sovereignty under. So, the native people, them not have no sovereignty. They don't have their own constitution. So why when a Maroon do something wrong, there's a trial in Maroon Town and not by the government of Jamaica? Why you not answer that? Why you not tell Jamaica that? Why is it that when they get the money from England for them celebrations, you don't get it? Why they have their own banking system? Why they have their own trust system? Why they have their own government? Why they have their own cabinet? Isn't that a sovereign state? Students of international relations, students of history, students of law, students of social sciences. What is a sovereign state? What makes up and what's the composite of a sovereign state? Does it have the government, the opposition? Does it have a force order, it means a security force? Does it have its own finances? The Maroons have their own way of how they do their trading. Do they have their own government, or they answer to the Prime Minister? Do they vote? Yes, they vote in Jamaica, but do they have an internal vote that is recognized? And do they name a chief? What is the purpose of chief? Is the chief a chief on paper, or he's a chief as the Prime Minister? Curry is the Prime Minister of the Maroon Town. Whoa. The woman, come, look here. Oh. So let us ask these questions. So if you're not well learned Prime Minister, who is your advisor? Who is your technical advisor? Who is your advisor on culture and international affairs? Kamina Johnson-Smith, I thought you were a learned ambassador. I thought you knew what a sovereign state is, that you would have advised the Prime Minister that the Maroons have a treaty, and the treaty is binding by the British government, and the government of Jamaica has to honor that treaty. So, Prime Minister, is there any truth to the argument that the mining licenses that was going to be granted to this international company that wants to do mining in the Cockpit country, is there any truth that your wife, Juliet Holness, has a haulage company that got the haulage contract from this company, provided that they got that contract to mine? Can you categorically and emphatically deny so? Prime Minister, what's the arrangement that was made for the Chinese? Is there any truth that the Chinese, you're selling the Chinese, the Jamaica Urban Transit Company? Prime Minister, if so, what are the agreements with the Chinese government? Chinese Harbour Engineering Company. Is that the reason why the Chinese has done so many road developments in Jamaica? Interesting argument. Was this the gift that the Chinese were going to get, provided that they do all these road developments? Chinese people don't just give so freely if they're not getting a return on their investment. So, Prime Minister, is the Chinese going to be having a monopoly of the transport system? Prime Minister, can you declare if you have any company in Jamaica that are getting government contracts, that you're a director, or your wife is a director, or your son is a director, or your sons are directors, or your mother is a director? Can you name Can you declare the names of the companies that are registered legitimately at the Companies Offices of Jamaica? And if those companies that are registered, have they received any government contract from 2016 to date? Prime Minister, if the Chinese are to take over the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, how many Jamaicans will be losing their jobs? Will the engineers be Chinese? Will the logistics people be Chinese? Will the drivers be Chinese? Can we know that, Prime Minister? If the Chinese are actually coming to take over, will there be an influx of Chinese in Jamaica? Prime Minister, with over 3 million people and China being the country that had the novel coronavirus, are the people of Jamaica being placed at risk with the Omicron and the Delta variant being combined that was found in Cyprus? Will Jamaica have a massive outbreak? Is that the reason, Prime Minister, that you're forcing vaccination on the people? Prime Minister, why are you forcing vaccination on the people? Is it the agreement is that the reason why an influx of Chinese vaccines came to Jamaica? A minute amount, I think it was about 60,000. Have Jamaicans taken that vaccine, Prime Minister? What is it that the Chinese government offered to you, Prime Minister, in exchange of Jamaica? US government, their President Biden, is there an extradition out for the Prime Minister of Jamaica? The wife of the Prime Minister of Jamaica? Ministers of government, is there an extradition request out for members of the private sector? President Biden. US Embassy, can you tell Jamaica if there is any extradition requests out for the Prime Minister? Dear US Embassy, were you bordering on the lines of being careful of the Jamaica harboring the Chinese? Have you seen what the Chinese have done to Africa? They have built these big towers, given all of the African leaders things, and now the people of Africa have turned slaves to China. Jamaica, will you take orders from a Chinese boss telling you, pay, or come off my bus. Pay, or come off my bus. A Jamaican, Jamaica Urban Transit Company, come off the Jamaican citizens bus. A Chinaman telling you that. Wow. Wow. That's a serious argument. But if Mark Golding cannot do it, I'm going to do it. I've become more popular than Mark Golding. I can declare Mark Golding is not in my league. I will teach Mark Golding how to ask questions. And this is the Public Commission of Inquiry. This is the Public Commission of Inquiry that carried down Bruce Golding government. This is the court of public opinion inquiry. I can ask the pressing questions because I am binded to ask as a Jamaican citizen. And on what basis are you going to come for me? I've never killed a man, I've never robbed a man, I've never slandered somebody. On what basis are you going to come for me? But you know what they tried to do? That's why you see that I turn on the Orisha language. They're not going to come for me in the physical, they came in the spiritual. They came after my grandmother last night, but they don't know that my grandmother is an Indian woman. Indian dopia go mad no. Indian dopia go mad no. The same kind of obia. You hear them, the Pastor Chambers said, they were having a discussion. Why didn't we kill him? There is a powerful banker and Brogard who was having that discussion. That powerful banker bro got signed special agreements with him. Chinese influence. That special banker decide who comes to the banking system and who don't. That special banker yachts in Portland. Your Chinese dopey them can't kill me, you know. Special banker. Special banker who have the yacht in a Portland. Are you the Pharaoh Chinese who wants to take over Jamaica? You took over the coffee industry and exploited the coffee people. You gave a mandate that all of the staff at your organization must be vaccinated. You're dictating to them. And you have Chinese inheritance. Your mother died yesterday. Was that the sacrifice you made to get the highest order of Pharaoh? Natural cause your mother died by. Natural cause your mother just did by say yesterday. And you're one of Jamaica's wealthiest. You never find no way to protect her. Natural cause. Is there any agreement with you and Brogard? Why is it that you basically take over Portland, take over China, take over what that thing the name? The coffee industry? You want to take over Blue Mountain? Why you want to take over Maroon Town? Mr. Leachin, can you declare whether or not you're a private investor in the arrangement to take over the cockpit country? It's the seeker of truth, and I am the seeker of truth and enlightenment. Mr. Leachin. Wow. Wow. I get in the visions. Somebody head is going to roll down Duke Street. May your mother's soul rest in peace, Mr. Leachin. May your mother's soul rest in peace, and I hope she died from natural causes and not from a higher order, so you can get. Mr. Leachin, do you have any interest in Goat Islands? If you have any interest in Goat Islands, did you engage the Chinese? How long have you been in researching the Goat Islands, Mr. Leachin, and the cockpit country? Wow. Mr. Leachin, is it there any truth that you want the cockpit country because of the rare elements there, which includes the water, which includes some herbs? Why is it the Chinese want Goat Islands and investments in I'm saying if she died from natural causes, may her soul rest in peace. But how coincidental that she died. How coincidental that she died when you are to ascend into the order of Pharaoh. Mr. Leachin, why were you placed as the head of the Economic Growth Council of Jamaica? What was the arrangement with the Prime Minister? Mr. Leachin, what was the level of donation that you donated to the Jamaica Labour Party in the last 2 elections? Is there any interest in the cockpit country, Mr. Leachin? Why is it that you want coffee? You want the rivers, you want Blue Mountain. Don't you see the man want the elements of the earth? The cockpit country is actually where all of our secrets are hidden. And the Maroons are going to protect it at all costs, even if they have to die. I will not keep the Parliament this Tuesday, you know, because if the Parliament keeps, and I'm going to say to all those who I love, Angela Brown-Burke, Lisa Hanna, Philip Paulwell, Denise Daly, Mark Golding, Juliet, Rhoda Crawford, Kerencia Morrison, Andrew Whitley, Robert Miller, Tovia Hamilton, Moreland Wilson, Chris Tufton, Babsy Grange, don't go to the Parliament this week. Don't go to the Parliament this week. Stay home. Have virtual Parliament because it's going to be bloodshed. It's going to be bloodshed. I see the visions. That's why I talk out. I have to talk out because if I don't speak out, the ancestors going mad me and them not go mad me. Them ask me for talk what they want for talk. They are angry. Very angry. Very angry. Very angry. Doctor from Linstead, can you find me tonight so I can sleep, please? I need my beds. I need my injection. I need to sleep. I have not slept for near 2-3 weeks now. I need to sleep. If they come after you, remember I had sent the message. I had sent the message. Mr. Leachin, I know you're the name of influence, but I respect you. But I'm going to ask, can you state whether or not your interest in Jamaica is to make it better or is for your personal gains? I believe personally that Mr. Leachin, this is my personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. You can cuss me for it. When I've done research, some of his staff actually get some of the better pays. His staff not compensated badly, but he's a business mogul, means that he's a shark. And it is not everything that a business mogul or a shark should get. If it is, Mr. Leachin, that you have interest in the Maroon Town, do you want me to be the gatekeeper for the Maroon Town? If you did not know, I'm a Maroon. I'm a Maroon. My grandma is a pureblood. She has Indian descent. And my grandpa, who recently died, is from Trelawney. So therefore, I'm a pureblood. I'm a pureblood. Yes. See there? If you look in my ear, if you look in my eyes, if you look at my structure, I'm a pure blood. Ma tika mandi memendia ma kutubundi meambi mati. I'm actually a pure blood maroon. I'm actually one of the maroons that is logical. I'm a pure blood. And that is why they abducted Ananda Dean years ago. They abducted Ananda Dean because she's a pure blood black maroon. And if you never knew, they also abducted Jasmine Dean. Jasmine Dean is not dead. Jasmine Dean is not dead. And if you never knew, my grandfather, from my father's line of family, is a maroon. And my grandma, Mama Hazel, is a revivalist. Wow. Wow. Let me pin this. Jamaica, look at the ignorance of this gentleman, Mr. Howard Delavanti. You like me? Oh, Howard, stop. Howard, were you the one that sent me the message, Howard Delavanti, of your penis that you want to insert inside me? Howard Delavanti, you're a nasty man. You're a nasty man. Howard Delavanti, I'm being told that you actually... Is there any truth that you practice sex on your daughter? Do you have a daughter, Mr. Delavanti? Is there any truth that you, Mr. Delavanti, you, Mr. Delavanti, have you molested any niece or any nephew in your family? Mr. Delavanti, is there any truth that you abuse? Is there any truth that you're a bisexual man? Mr. Delavanti, let us send him the hits. I'm not blocking him. I'm going to show him how we're going to call him out. We must call them out, you know. Mr. Delavanti, if you never knew, Mr. Delavanti, I heard, I don't know, your family, they tell me in your family that you molested a little boy. Is there any truth that you molested a little boy, Mr. Delavanti? My God. Howard Delavanti, where in Jamaica are you from? JDF, JCF, can you go and find Howard Delavanti? I hear the little child want to talk about how he molested him and her. Can we know if can the Sissoko, children's advocate, can you go and find Mr. Howard Delavanti? Howard Delavanti. Howard Delavanti. Is there any truth that you have molested little boys and little girls? Howard Delavanti. Is there any truth that you are somebody who has HIV/AIDS and you're walking around doing unprotected sex? Mr. Delavanti. Is there any truth that you have given a little boy HIV/AIDS? Children's Registry, here is a sex offender. Can you now find him and ask him all the questions of the missing children? Mr. Delavanti, I know the children's advocate, Diane Gordon Harrison, and I have your picture now. Somebody go on his page. Go on Howard's Delavanti page, screenshot his picture and send it to us. Expose him. on this live. No, don't send it to the live. Send it to me in my WhatsApp. See it there, the phone drop. Screenshot his picture. And we're going to ask him. But we must ask him, Howard Delavanti, can we get the picture, people? Send it to my inbox. Inbox partner draw boss. We're not going to give him any partner draw, Jamaica. Not going to give him any partner draw. Enough of him now. We have done, oh my Lord. Let me find my Lord. Oh my Lord. Howard Delavanti, you now recognize that you're not supposed to play with me. The very moment I come against you via speech. That's why these corporate companies like Digicel and others should not speak bad about Premier Kitchen. Because I'm the poor people boss. Anyhow, our Delavanti, we fix your business. Let us move on, Jamaica. Wow, he has gone silent. Wow. Anyways, Jamaica, remember I asked you to screenshot his picture so I can give my security details. So if they see me or him coming to harm me, they can fix him. We need to see to it that my security is in check. So, Mr. Lee Chin, the night that the eye of Horus came from your bank on me, I know you're the eye of Horus in Jamaica, you know. They never knew that this special one, and that's why Mr. Leachin told them, do not kill him. I want to see what his potentials are. Mr. Leachin, you know the potentials of my business because I purposely and strategically set up my business with your bank. I could have gone at any bank, my business partner, and I was like, NCB. My business partner today doesn't know why. I set up my business account. Don't you see the millions of dollars that can pass through my account, Mr. Leachin? Go and send your people to research Premier Gentleman Company Limited. You will see the name of the two principals. I am one and there's another. Mr. Leachin, I know what you want. I know you want to own Jamaica. I believe you deserve all rights to own it because a private entity like you knows fiscal prudence and what it means. But the Maroons don't understand business, they first understand spirituality. We're not going to boycott Digicel. Let us see what Digicel comes with first. Let us see if Digicel will say to us. Whoa, I'm Susan Mirage. Whoa, Susan Mirage. I am a demon. Don't you know that the demon is the one who is exposing Jamaica? Susan Mirage, you know why you come here? Because you hear that there's a madman talking. You know Susan Mirage, mighty God. Susan Mirage. No, we're not going to burn Digicel. Are you mad? I am not a destructive element. I'm literally fire, but I'm a balanced fire. I'm from the Shango people. Mr. Leachin, you want the 5th ring, and the 5th ring is in the Maroon town. We're not going to boycott Digicel. Nah, they don't deserve that because they're good people at Digicel. It's just a few who wants me out like Peter Lloyd. It's Peter Lloyd at Wholesome Cafe that we need to boycott. Peter Lloyd. And there's another girl in marketing known as Nasha Douglas. She's a very awful human being. Nasha Douglas, the things it is alleged that you have said about me, it is so sad. Me, Nasha Douglas, that you call me in confidence and tell me how you want to get rid of Peter Lloyd, who is the director. You, Nasha Douglas, said to me, yes, you have said to me, you don't talk to Peter Lloyd because he's a wicked white man. And the same wicked white man that you speak about, Nasha Douglas, you actually side with him to get rid of Premier Kitchen. And Nasha Douglas, when the food nice here, when the soup nice here, when the salad nice here, OMG Andre, you are a fake piece of plastic bag, Nasha Douglas. Let me go drink some more water before them cuss me. Say the whole of my mouth corner white. And I'm diabetic. So the more I speak, those things will show up. The more I speak. But Mr. Leachin, the ring that you have, I took it out of the cockpit country. I took it out of the cockpit country. Susan Mirage, the demon that you're looking at is at Jamaica House. The demon that is the dictator Panway, they are Jamaica House, Susan Mirage. The blood of Jesus is against that dictator who go and talk about there's no sovereign state because it appears that he's defending the agreement that he has with Mr. Portland. Mr. Chin, I want to have lunch with you on my terms. You see how powerful Jamaica is, how... Listen, Jamaica is so strategic, guys. Let me tell you how Jamaica is so strategic. Jamaica is so strategic that there are so many international foreign powers that wants to fight for it. The Chinese want it. The British want it. The US wants it. The people from Dubai want it. That is why they're sending a delegation to Dubai. The Emirates want to come and buy out some lands here. Mr. Lee Chin, you want Jamaica. You don't want the Emirates to come here before you. So that is why you want the mining, I'm told, to set up. And you start the mining in St. Anne and you take it and you get piece more the land, piece more to the official, because that is how a shark works. They just need 5%. 5% of the business. But Mr. Lee Chin, Jamaica belongs to all of us, you know. Mr. Lee Chin, you remember the night when they said, kill him? You were the only one who said, don't kill him. He's a smart one. I saw you in the spirit, Mr. Lee Chin. Remember when the sea from the Eye of Horus came out of the sea at the big NCB in Half a Tree? That night, people, a sea followed me. A red sea, the eye opened up. And if you don't want me to test you now, I want to hold on the maroons, then plant on yourself in a Half a Tree. Me I go back there the 18th of January. And I go and wake up the dark world. And no fool no self. I go see say. No fool no self. Shanga people. Orisha people. Maroon, Tiainos, revivalists. Zion people. Mr. Lee Chin, if it is that the Maroons give you the ring, will you leave Maroon Town alone? Mr. Lee Chin, you have the competitive advantage where you have basically taken over Portland. You have taken over the Folly Islands, from I've been told, and not true. Not is there any truth? You have the Trident Hotel. So you have the sea. You have the land. You have the coffee industry, that is land. Mr. Lee Chin, do you have interest in buying out JPS? That would be fire, water, light. But your strongest fight is with the Maroons, Mr. Lee Chin. That's the fire element. The light is the wind, yeah. The fire element of the Maroons. And you have asked the Prime Ministers to stand with you. Have you? Is there any truth to the argument? And if the Prime Minister stands with you and declare war on the Maroons, is there any truth that Jamaica Customs, there were several warheads that came in? Will the JDF people stand with the government? And Prime Minister, if you never knew, when I've done my investigation, 47% of those who are JDF soldiers are Maroons. They will turn on you if the Maroons speak and speak their language. Meaning if they make some chance, the Maroon will honor their gods. They will bow like this. And when they stand up in agreement. Prime Minister, there are Maroons in the government. They are Minister of Government who are Maroons. Prime Minister, even the people in your government is going to come against you if you declare the war. Prime Minister, let us have an agreement. Let us have a conversation. Let us have tea talk, a seat at the table with yourself, me, Dr. Peter Phillips, because he's well educated, Mr. Lee Chin, Chief Curry, my apostle, my bishop, Brian Cameron, my mother, Elaine Foster Allen, who denies me now, but she'll have to be at the meeting because she's an international trade negotiator and mediator. Audrey Sewell, who has to stand there. Mark Golding, you're not needed at that meeting. No, that's a high-level meeting. You're not needed. I think Philip Paulwell and Lisa Hanna should represent the opposition at that meeting. Joseph Patterson, Richard Pandui, Dennis O'Brien of Digicel, and the gentleman who owns Flow, Mr. Stephen Price. National Water Commission, Charles Buchanan, you need to be at the meeting. National Environmental Trust, you need to be at that meeting. Who else? All the directors of the different banks need to be at that meeting. Jamaica Broilers, RADA, you need to be at the meeting. CB Foods, you need to be at the meeting. Because there's going to be a food shortage soon. So Mr. Leachin and I have to come to an agreement that he's going to do some things for the food system. Interesting. Yeah. What else you want me to tell them? Ancestors. What else you want me to tell them? Ancestors. Chief Curry, put down the gun and come to the meeting. Do not, Chief Curry. You're a first a businessman, second a chief, but firstly you're a Jamaican. Chief Curry, you're coming in the capacity as the Prime Minister of the Maroon Town. Kenneth Richards, the Archbishop of Kingston. Sagicor Bank, Scotia Bank, Jamaica National. All of the banks in Jamaica. First Heritage, you need to be at the meeting. Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, President. Wow. We want a new Jamaica, so if the powers that be come to some agreement, right? Seprod Lasco, I know who's going to come and give me my injection. The Mothers of Zion. So my spiritual mothers, be ready for that meeting. Prime Minister, if you're ready to negotiate, the 28th of January, book the Jamaica Conference Center and let me do the work. Let me find out as the ambassador. Jamaica, JMMB, yes, you're needed. I'm very brilliant in Jamaica. In less than a second, I can make Jamaica the richest country in the world. I'm not asking. I'm gonna be driving the biggest vehicle this week. I'll be in the hotels next week. Adam Stewart, you needed at the meeting. Adam Stewart, You're needed at the meeting. I need to be in all of your hotel's projections, Adam Stewart. Ed Bartlett, you are needed at the meeting because what you are doing in terms of sending people to Dubai, I have a greater plan of how we should position ourselves in Dubai. Adrian, I'm losing it. How am I losing it, Adrian? Wow. 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 If I'm losing it, how could I be asking them for a meeting, setting the date for the meeting, giving you the venue for the meeting? Wow. Wouldn't we want to see minimum wage per week being at 15,000 Jamaican dollars? Minimum wage at 15,000 Jamaican dollars means that every Jamaican would be earning at least on average $60,000 per month. Wow. Every Jamaican earning $60,000 per month. I want to be in the hotels. No, it is not money, but it will be money. Remember, so minimum wage I think is about $7,500 or $8,000 now. So 8 times 4, 32,000. An average Jamaican must live pan. That is wrong, man. Prime Minister, every Jamaican must own a house. And the NHT is a major inheritance. A major hindrance to many Jamaicans owning a house, Prime Minister. Let us have a conversation about better housing solutions, now, Prime Minister. That's a new Jamaica. That's a new Jamaica. A new Jamaica where churches are audited and have to send in their financial reports every month. There is a accountant in every church, so that every time we see the reports, the government, under my regime, there would be a minister of religion. My minister of religion knows himself, and it is his duty to see to it that every church will be given from the government's coffers each month a percentage of the government's monies to deal with the membership of the church, to see to it that those who are orphans, indigent and poor and the shut-ins are given care packages and are fed and are given the monies to buy their own things. When the audits come in, they'll be given special concessions to carry in barrels and things. You would need chartered accountants. So that means that everybody in Jamaica will be getting jobs. Remember, say if the minimum wage is at 60,000 per month, you know, it means that the chartered accountants going to get near 200,000. So it means that everybody will be getting something. What we need to have is a conversation about how to reduce crime. And if it is said that crime pays, and crime pays because it is alleged that politicians give these men contracts. If it is, we have to raise the threshold. I'm very tired, but I have to have this intellectual discourse tonight. You know, I'm the only one I see that trending so much that people not listening to gossip. They're actually listening to the enlightened one. The enlightened one. If Jamaica increases the wealth of its people, and here is why I'm saying, Ed Bartlett, that tourism is wrong in the country. On Visit Jamaica, which is an official tourist site, I don't see the children and I don't see people who looked like us. The dancehall, the passa, the weddy, being the product that is marketed. Everybody knows that Jamaica have some of the best sands, beaches, hotels. But the people at Bartlett, the people are actually the greatest asset. So if you put up somebody like Auntie Donna, and if you go on my Instagram page and look for Premier Gentleman, I'm going to put it here now. And I want you to follow me. Look there. See there. That's Premier Gentleman. I have a picture that I did with Auntie Donna. And she was throwing the ackee into the camera. She's in a green dress. And I want you to look at what I did with Yende Phillips. That she was in the Coronation Market with the pineapple at Bartlett. I have greater ideas than that. If people can see those pictures of Premier, of Auntie Donna who represents Black Jamaica, and Yende, a beauty queen who looks like the brand Jamaica. You know what that can do for you at Bartlett and Andrew Holness? Your tourism product that you're going to Dubai with would have increased its value. So when the sheiks come to you and they say to you, we want, see, let the phone drop again. Let me catch somewhere else. When the sheiks come to you and say they want, you can say, no, we want trillions of dollars for the Jamaican brand. That's why I'm saying to them, you know, if the Ministry of Tourism sends me to Dubai, every Jamaican will be put to work. Every Jamaican will be put to work. Because if tourism comes and we are in the local communities, and look here, Ed Bartlett, let me show you what I've done. You might not know, but I've been planning for the longest time. You might be wondering what this is. I'll be releasing the picture this week. Auntie Donna wore it. It's a kaftan, all Jamaica. You'll be wondering what it means. You'll be seeing the work soon. Ed Bartlett, one of these signature couture kaftan could be sold for $5,000 on the runway. 5,000 euros, Ed Bartlett. I know my value. I know my worth. Ed Bartlett, you think that's all I've been doing? You people don't know how strategic I am. I've planted myself everywhere. See there? I have it in multiple colors. I have the shawls too. Here are the shawls. One of these shawls can be sold just by the brand name Jamaica on it for $150. See there? See there? 150 US dollars. And we carry it back to the country. See there? The Rasta colors. And you don't even understand that I have near 300 designs of how I will use just this one cloth to make me, my mother, will abandon me. My mother will deny me. Me go put her in her mansion and tell her say goodbye. After me give her her mansion, me not talk back to my mother till she forgive. Until she apologize for the neglect what she neglected for years. See there, Ed Bartlett. Yeah, they say I'm mad, but I am so strategic, yeah. Imagine if I had no insanity. I would actually be richer than Mr. Leachin, probably. What I'm going to say, I'm very strategic. I can declare that I'm not mentally unstable. I have had instability, but what I'm on now are mood stabilizers. And I had an idea whereby if I did come to silent, one wouldn't hear me. One wouldn't want to hear my voice. I was on live every day. And you know, there's a girl named Natalie Stack or Sonny from the People's National Party. Ramesh Entertainment, do you want to take up my management? Like how you take up Ramesh Entertainment. I'm bigger than Shensi, I know. Shensi, remember I told you, Ramesh, you should be managing me. But now, Ramesh, I have my management. They're called Dudan. And one is called Mr. Richards. They're my management. And there's a powerful lady who is a mother to me. They're my management. They're going to all negotiate. My learned attorney, Cabell Johnston. This week you'll be getting calls from all of them. Negotiate at the highest bid. I don't need to tell you. You know the suffering that your client has been under. My mother, I will ever love my mother. I could have cussed her dog rotten today. I should call me and ball tomorrow morning. She get everything. Yes, she abandoned me because of my sexual orientation. And nothing wrong with that. Enough of them in the church I go through the struggles because them want to in them church. And what happened to them? Them pastor say you're not homosexual son, so she have to do it. Come on, man, the woman are human. Suzette, big up yourself. Suzette, I'm going to drive a car to your house. And you're not, I'm Ken. Ken, I'm going to give one of the restaurant for manager Portmore. You're my father. I don't want to in a no more gun business, no more weed smoking, and that's your gift, my father. Althea Christie, two sisters, will be one of Jamaica's biggest bookstores, and we're going to make it a cafe like a Starbucks. I see that for you, mommy. Now we have the books and people can buy them, and we're going to have times where people can come talk about mental health, some sessions, Suzette. Auntie Sharon, Sharon Williams, you block me on Facebook. Everywhere you block me, Auntie Sharon. But I'm going to give you the premier school of special students. You'll be the principal, the chairman, everything. Why, Fime Island, boom. Prime Minister Holness, when you're going to retire in the next few months, I will make you the head of the Economic Council of Jamaica. Because you have to retire, you know. You have become so corrupt that we are being told. So you need to just retire and we'll just give you what you must get. Peter Bunting, you can't be Prime Minister of the country. But I believe you would have done well as a chief ambassador for commerce. You're a socialist, but you have capitalist governance. Wow. Mark Jefferson Golding. You cannot be Prime Minister over me, you know. I'll be Prime Minister before you. I mean, I deserve none of Samantha or Peter Bunty. I'll be Prime Minister before you, Mark Jefferson Golding. But I want you to be I would want you as the governor for the Bank of Jamaica. Mark Golding, the Bank of Jamaica means that you would direct how the dollar is pegged. Wow. He has to get something. Juliette Holness, I will make you the chief architect of Jamaica. I will commission you to build the parliament that I will be the prime minister for. Juliette Holness, I will be the prime minister. You can't kill me. Mr. Leachin does not want me to be dead. Mr. Leachin wants me as his best friend. And I'm going to show Jamaica how me and Mr. Leachin snap this week. Lisa Hanna will be the chief. Lisa Hanna will be my deputy prime minister. I'm going to be the prime minister. That is settled on. I'll be the prime minister. Lisa Hanna can't get my throne. She'll be my deputy prime minister. Wow. Andre is the prime minister, Mr. Leachin. Wow. Dr. Peter Phillips, you'll be the president of the Republic of Jamaica. Dr. Peter David Phillips, you will be the president of the Republic. So when I speak as a prime minister, I'll say, yes, Mr. President. Wow. Damian Crawford, you'll be my Minister of Agriculture. Damian Crawford, you're uncontrollable, so you cannot be the Prime Minister. So let us accept that you will be the Minister of Agriculture. Raymond Price, despite me you don't talk, you will have to talk to me to become the Minister of Health. Christoph Dunn, I need you as the Minister of Education. Dr. Andrew Wheatley, I need you to work as the minister in the office of the Prime Minister. You're going to be my boss for special projects. You're going to be the Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Dr. Andrew Wheatley. Wow! Interesting. Philip Paulwell, you know, you're the energy boss. Philip Paulwell, I'm not an MP. I don't want to be called the most honorable. I want to be called Mr. Andre Stevens. I don't want to be called the honorable or the most honorable. Andre Stevens is fine enough. I'm going to be a servant leader. This Prime Minister not going to drive in no special vehicle. My taxis will still be my drivers. They will come, load up a Jamaica house, and when I tell them move, they move. Who I'm going to drive with today. My barber, who has been trimming me years ago, Steve Greenley, that is overseas, will have to become my valet. Meaning that he'll be my stylist in charge of my wardrobe, my grooming, and my care. Wow, interesting. Dennis Daly, you will be the Minister of Local Government. Elaine Foster Allen, you will be the Cabinet Secretary. The Cabinet Secretary, Elaine Foster Allen. Wow. Security. Juliette Holness, if you publicly apologize to me, I will make you my Minister of National Security. Because you know that when me and your team up, you know, I saw the PMP them losing, and me and Juliette Holness do it. You think she good? You think she easy? Me love her, see? Me love her. Now because she send the OBF come pan me foot. Juliette Holness. Cliff Hughes. Cliff Hughes. Hi Cliff Hughes. Thanks for coming up bold and strong for your 11 years of partnership with your bae. Andrew Holness, you'll just be, I can't tell you that if the extradition comes up through, the US government will be nicknaming me the interim prime minister. I can't name everything. Yeah, man. I can't talk about everything. But, Juliet Holness, if you come and apologize to me, I'll make you my Minister of National Security. Babsy Granger don't know so nobody can move you. You're my granny, you're my auntie, you're my mama, you're my girlfriend, you're my baby mother. Babsy Grange, Clifton Specialist, you are my general. You are my general. Karen Harriott, you will be in charge of the Jamaica 68 and all culture. You will be the director of culture, Karen Harriott. Delia Harris, your day is numbered. You see, you take me mental health cost me. You see, you come and talk about up. You never know, say people with mental health. Delia Harris, you and Dayton Campbell would have never seen nothing under my government. And I would have go to a forensic probe if there's any truth to Dayton Campbell molesting young girls. And if any truth to it, under my watch, Dayton Campbell, you would be put in prison until you repent. Crime. We'll have a conversation about crime tomorrow. If them don't lock me up, we'll have a conversation on crime. Where is the people? That's enough. You think that's enough for the night? I think couldn't get enough. This would have come in like Royal Palm Estate. Jamaica House Estate. Garden House Estate. Beverly Hills Estate. Nationwide News Estate. Digicel. Waterfront Estate. Royal Palm Estate full of mix up. Me used to love watch it, you know. Why don't you think me can act so? That's what I'm telling you. It is so easy to become prime minister in this country, you know. Because what the people respect about me is my authenticity. I am like them. I am like them. None of you in the parliament, except Damian Crawford, is open and transparent to the people. But the thing with Damian Crawford is that he's not tactile. He was never trained how to be liquid. I can be anything. I can be a bad man. Yo, dog, we are trying to fussy. Make a boy, me kill you, you know. I can be a diva. Hi, darling. How are you today? Do you want us to cuddle? I can be the prime minister. Jamaica, we are in a serious crisis. It calls for all hands and hearts on deck. It calls for us to go and vaccinate, but I'm not forcing vaccination. But the truth is, the conversation about vaccination is, for those who are at the hospital, 98% of them are unvaccinated. Do you want to be on a hospital bed when we have a serious shortage of hospital beds and a shortage of oxygen? That's the conversation, Prime Minister. Partner draw! My partner draw, Prime Minister. I represent the common man. I represent the girl who speaks about doing the combos, Shanice. I represent Natty that them beat in a Waterford or some parties recently. I represent the man that has been incarcerated for years, and when he came out of jail, he cannot be expunged for his records. I represent those people, Prime Minister. Who do you represent? The people of Tower Hill are tired of getting guns. The people of Olympic Ways are tired of the one-up-manship and the dictatorial manship of your rule as MP. You know, if I run against you, it's the last of your NP status that. Juliet, you know, say the people themselves may come up at East Rural. Are the last of you. But I don't want to be. The partner draw shirts coming in. By another week, they'll be ready. You think I've not done this? The partner draw was a strategic move. It was a strategic move for my political career. It was a strategic move for my popularity. It was a strategic move for my business. It was a strategic move to hold off Digicel. Okay? Hold them off until I find somewhere. It was a strategic move. Imagine Nestle Jamaica, best dress as a chef. Imagine I'm out there. Take your partner draw, buy a chicken. We sink her. Imagine if I drinking a water and say my partner draw, buy, me go use my money buy one. Me go use my partner draw, buy one water. Ed Bartlett, I'm on every billboard saying I suffered from mental health, but I went into recovery up Blue Mountains. Ecotourism. Audi Jamaica. I don't want anything except an Audi. The latest Audi. In red. Imagine I'm the authority of driving Audi. Wow. Wow. Audi Jamaica, your sale would have increased. Most people who come to do Airbnb could rent an Audi for their excursions. Wow. As a farmer, imagine I said I get my loan from Sagicor to extend my farming business. Sagicor. The partner draw speaks about a figurative need. To have something that belongs to you. What is it that you'd want for yourself? That's the partner draw. Many people want to extend their houses and they want loans. Many people want the insurance coverage to be better. I will know how to rest. My doctor is on her way. I won't rest until she comes. You know, my doctor not coming until 2 a.m. in the morning. Probably about 3. But I like talking. That is why I'm an enlightened one. One Audi is nice for my partner draw. Leave me at Digicel, waive my rent. That's the second partner draw. Give me the opportunity to go to Dubai. That's the next partner draw. Let me become the official face of Jamaica 60th. Let me run the Jamaica 60th campaign for culture and the creative directions. That's my partner draw. Let my grandmother and my mother get a nice house out of NHT. That would be my partner draw. Let us have a conversation about the government putting in footwear that all commercial buildings in Jamaica must be rented in Jamaican dollars. That's a partner draw. Stimulus is being given to people every 3 months. Because the country not... Can somebody tag Audi Jamaica or ATL? Adam Stewart. Observer Jamaica. The partner draw that I deserve. If you want me to advertise. No, I don't have any dog in my yard, but I have enough crocodile. Crocodile. Yeah, man. Crystal Tomlinson could never get anything in my government. She's very arrogant and all about herself. She and Kemisha Kelly. There's them the woman there. I want to know, man. Now because I see them go on like say them a goody two shoe. Them the woman there. All about them fake like a Chinese doll. Fake. Would prefer get Daily Harris something over them. Because as much as me and Daily have we upsetness, Daily a good girl. Good girl we work her arts off. Years Daily Harris a work. Years Daily Harris a work. And Daily Harris, I'm sorry to that you drove me to the point that me and you did have to have the war on social media. Unblock me up on Twitter, WhatsApp and everywhere. Daily I'm a friend. Daily I'm a friend. Hi Daily Harris, how are you? Crystal Tomlinson's fans can't come for me. For them knows that Crystal is fake like a Chinese doll. And Kemisha Kelly. They're a part of a sense of friends, you know. The only good, two authentic girl in that friendship, they're Rasheen Roper and Teresa. Everybody else I know fake. And the one from Barbados, Karine, yeah. Everybody else fake. Fake like a Chinese doll. Black people in a China mindset. Yeah, man. Anyhow, and you get enough from my brain now. When you going on the office tomorrow, because I know say no found need to go iron or no clothes to go to work tomorrow. And my house doctor call me go call up at the ancestors them and I go ring up myself. So I need to go keep myself calm. Tomorrow when I go in the office, them I know say me go ring up because the amount of life we go share. But here's how I go do it. When I go keep on the phone and down the desk. Keep on the phone on the desk and put on the Bluetooth. And listen, and every time when I hear it, I want to say, ha ha! And then all in the mouth. All in the mouth! Ooh! Ooh! And go in the bathroom and laugh for 2 times. And then come back and sorry, boss, and this. And then you said it to the boss and say, bossy, listen to them, say that boy are mad. Them say that boy are mad. Bossy, him sound mad to you. Jamaica. Sapphire Langmore, may I have a public consultation in a Jamaica, in a, where place name? Emancipation Park. I'm not going in a private office, because I want to come, me come in there, them send me for come get injected. Come now, when I found when me did I do the sell something I found no. Nobody do not work for the rest of the evening, you know. Especially you, Mr. Bailey, because all you the pan live I do. Me go on radio tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. New Start 93 FM. Look out for New Start 93 FM tomorrow morning. Me I go on it to talk up the things then. What a banger wrong in the government? What when me go ask tomorrow what go on between the Maroon and the government? Who are the dictator? If you don't want me be Prime Minister, say Prime Minister at wellness. Me not have no security. Me not need no security. You know, hear the prophet say. I know. We know it, you know. A black magic, a mad, then want mad me. Then go a dopey land. Then go a Siaga grave. If you see Siaga tell them, say, listen. That is an intellect. You can't have enlightened people. And when Siaga said to them, me dey on my throne now, Jamaica. Because a long time I don't use restroom, you know. Lad it a come. No.